Hey, what's up? It's Kareem here. In this video, we're going to be talking about this new Cherokee Gear Hanzo 65% keyboard. Obviously, it's a mechanical keyboard. I'm very excited to tell you guys what I liked about it, what I didn't like, or more like what I wish it had. So this is the package it came in. And when you unbox the package, you get the user manual. The keyboard obviously would be here. They include a USB Type-C cable, which actually looks pretty cool. And then you have the keyboard tool that takes off the keys in case you want to change them, a sticker, and then the limited warranty card. And they also include some extra keys in case you want to change some that already come on the keyboard, which is like the space bar, the enter, the shift key, the arrow keys, the escape keys. So that's pretty much everything you get in the box. Also, before I continue, I have to let you know that they actually sent this keyboard for me for free. They're not sponsoring this video. They didn't pay me any money for me to say any special thing on the keyboard. So I'm going to be giving you strictly my honest opinions about it and the things I wish it had. They also sent me the switches to test. I'm going to test every single one for you guys. They included the Cherry MX switches, and they also included their custom Vermelho keys, which I really like. And so we're going to be testing every single one of these, and I'm going to be showing you what every single one of these sound like. They also included a mouse pad, which looks pretty cool, and it also matches with the keyboard. So let's go ahead and do the sound test so you can actually know what it sounds like and what it feels like typing on it. So this is what the keyboard looks like, and obviously one of the biggest features of this keyboard is that everything on it is almost customizable. That includes the kickstand, these orange knobs, the rivets, the top case, and obviously the keys, you can change them, which I think is pretty cool. All it takes is literally taking off these 4 rivets on the side, and then you have access to changing the kickstand, the top cover, basically everything on it. You can also take these knobs off just like that, just by pulling them and then putting them back on. You have to like put it a specific way. Super easy to replace and super easy to change and customize the keyboard in any way you want. They also include 3 different color choices you can go with. I chose to go with this one because this fits my setup the most. You're not limited to choices when it comes to looks, and I'm pretty sure in the future they're gonna come up with a lot more customization options, so that is pretty exciting. The second thing I really like about this keyboard is the fact that when you turn on the caps lock, there's actually a light indicator, as you can see, which is very useful. And you also have the volume knob, which you can turn up and down the volume with, and you can also pause the music and play it if you press on it. And then you have the other knob, which is for the light. You can turn on and off the light just by clicking on it, and then just the brightness just by spinning the knob, which is pretty convenient. Also, I love the fact that this keyboard is wireless. God, I almost dropped it. I also love the fact that this keyboard is wireless. You don't necessarily have to connect it with the USB-C if you don't want to, which I honestly don't like cables, so I'm always using it in wireless mode. By default, it comes with a 10 millisecond latency mode, but it also have a gaming mode in it, which you can toggle between just by holding the shift and the backspace button for like 5 seconds or so, and then that switches it to 5 millisecond latency mode, which is obviously better for gaming. Now when it comes to battery life, I've only charged this for like 3 times ever since I got it, and I've been having it for like maybe a month now or so. So battery life is very good on it. I haven't had any issues when it comes to battery life. Also makes it very easy to know when the keyboard is about to run out, because one of these lights will actually start blinking red and blue, which then you know it's time to plug in your keyboard and charge it before it completely dies, which is again why I love these indicator lights. In my older keyboard, I had to hold in the FN button and then press on any of the function keys to access them, which sometimes would be not convenient. And so in this one, I love the fact that you can just press the FN and enter, and basically when that light indicator turns on, that means that the function buttons are on, and you don't need to be holding the FN buttons all the time to access the function keys. I also really like the fact that they included a delete button on the side, so you don't have to hold FN and then shift and then another button right here. You can just hold shift and delete and just delete whatever you want to delete easily without having to hold the FN button, which I had to do all the time in my previous keyboard. It's a little bigger than my previous keyboard, but it's still 65%, and it's still very good size for traveling and very convenient to just put it in your backpack. It's gonna fit in pretty much every backpack. And obviously USB-C nowadays is a standard, so it does have USB-C, not a micro USB or anything like that. When it comes to quality, there's basically no flicks at all, and it's just great quality overall. It feels a little heavy. It does not feel cheap at all, so that's always a good sign, and it's very sturdy. Now that we talked about all the positive things, let's talk about the things that it doesn't have that I wish it actually did have. Let's start with the RGB lights. It is backlit, and the backlight is not bad at all, so it's not that hard actually seeing the letters because the light makes it easier. But I would have loved it if they actually included RGB lights. That would have been a lot cooler and it would have looked a little bit better, but the backlight still gets the job done, which if you're in a dark situation, you're still going to be able to see the keyboard and the keys, and so there's that. But then again, I wish I had RGB lights so I can actually customize it just like my PC and have it all match. I also wish they included a wrist with it. That would have made things a lot easier to type with it. I actually had to go and buy a separate one from Amazon, which does get the job done, but if they did include that, I wouldn't mind paying an extra $10 or so just so I could have it within the same packaging, you know. Now last but not least, which I think is gonna fix it in the future anyway, I dislike the fact that it came with the orange knobs and green rivets on the sides. I would have much rather have it be any of the other colors on the keyboard so everything could match. I don't mind the orange as much as I do mind the green rivets, but like I said again, these are all customizable things, and I'm pretty sure in the future they're gonna have different options which you can just go with. Nevertheless, it does kind of match, and it doesn't stand out that much. Now that we're done talking about the keyboard, let's actually take a look at the switches that they included and let's see what every one of them sounds like. But before we do that, let me just start by saying that they made a whole new switch that has a punctuation force of 35, which is basically lower than all the Cherry MX switches. So mine actually does have the gray switches, which is not included in that trial kit. You know what the gray switches sounds like from the audio test, so now let's go ahead and test the rest of them. That's pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe down below. Make sure to ring the bell, and if you forgot to like the video, make sure to like it. If you didn't like the video, make sure to dislike it. Let me know why you disliked the video. Yeah, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.